The movie starts with a Marine squad in a rescue operation of one CIA agent held captured by the Syrian troops. CIA agent Ritter briefs the squad led by Lieutenant Commander Karen Greer. Agent Ritter doesn't fill up the squad with complete information about the number of Syrian troops present. Still, the squad goes in with the job to rescue hostage. Squad enters the building killing all armed people, and finds the hostage. Senior Chief John Kelly checks the dead guy phone, and finds out that the CIA has lied to them. Those were not the Syrian soldiers, they were the Russian soldiers. As the squad was heading out, they get hit by a RPG, and lose one man to it. The CIA agent Ritter declines on taking the body with them, as the priority was taking the hostage. Bunch of Russian soldiers enters firing, Karen is trapped. John goes to save Karen and finds out that Ritter lied. This wasn't a safe house, this was a Russian arms depot. Anyhow, they managed to get out alive, takes the hostage, and load themselves up in a helicopter. With one man lost in an action, the mission was successful. Greer and John are mad, as they lost a man, because they were not given the full details of the mission by CIA Ritter. Next, we see the scene taking place at Washington, D.C., after 3 months of the incident, at John Kelly's relative's party. John's wife, Pam, is pregnant with a baby girl. We find out that John is thinking of retiring from the Marine, and getting a job in a private security, which pays good money, and he will be close to his family. Another side, in North Carolina, Rowdy, who was one of the squad member, gets hit by a van, while taking out the trash in front of his house, killed in the spot. In Georgia, Keith, who was another squad member, gets shot down in an open street. Back with John. John and Pam reached home after the party. John kisses Pam, and his unborn daughter, and goes downstairs to relax a bit, and listen music. Pam goes to sleep. Later at night, a bunch of assassin cuts the power of John's house, and breaks in the house. John is chilling at the sofa with headphones on, realizes the power is cut, hears the noise of people walking. So grabs a gun, and rushes to save Pam. The assassin shoots down a person in bed, with silencer on a gun thinking it's John. One of the assassins shoots his own teammate down, reason unknown for now. John shoots one guy down at the door, and another at the steps. Listening the noise, the last assassin remaining shoots John. John shoots the guy too. Both are injured. The assassin was wearing a bodysuit, about to finish John, but his gun jammed. So leaves the house hurt, barely walking. John has seen the guy's face. John is severely injured, unable to walk. Crawls to bedroom to see Pam is dead. Next, we see John is taken to the hospital, injured and unconscious. John is alive, saved, revengeful, and going through a physiotherapy after recovery. We meet Secretary of State, Mr. Clay, who has called Karen Greer to be filled on the information as who actually attacked her squad members. Agent Ritter briefs that it was a foreign attack by Russians, as a revenge for their previous deeds. Greer asks about the guy that got away from John. Ritter doesn't know, and says the case is closed, as they are even now, and escalating more can result in a war. Secretary Clay agrees with Ritter, as it is now the case of national security. Now we see, Greer gives the information to John, about the assassins, who broke into his house. Even if it means Greer can be arrested for leaking the information, she hands the passports of 3 assassins, who were in John's house, and the 4th is missing. Greer tells about the Russian chief of intel, named Andrei Vasilyev, Russian embassy, who issued those passports, and might know about the 4th guy. John plans on getting the information, tracks the time of Andrei Vasilyev getting out of embassy, and crashes his truck with Andrei's car. John throws petrol in Vasilyev's car, burns the car, gets in, shoots the driver down, and scares Andrei with a gun, shooting him once in the chest, punctured his lungs. John asks for the name of the last guy, hoping John will make it quick, and spare him from suffering, tells the name, Viktor Rykov. John gets out of the car, leaving Andrei to burn. Police takes in John. Greer meets John in prison. John tells he has some information from Andrei Vasilyev, and asks Greer to make a deal with Secretary Clay, and get him out of the prison, for the information, and fast, because the prison he is in, is filled with Russian mob. John is taken to his cell. Later John hears a lot of noise, from outside his cell. 3 officers rush in John's cell, to capture and take John someplace, but John fights them off, knocking all of them out. More officers tries to come in, but John warns them to close the door, or he will kill one of the officer. At the same time, army officials walk in, and takes John out of prison, to Secretary Clay, and CIA. John tells a name, Viktor Rykov. Listening John, CIA agents are shocked, because Viktor Rykov is the Russian terrorist organization leader, working with the Russian government, and is dead. As per the CIA, John identifies Viktor by a photo, so now if what John said is true, then CIA wants to capture Viktor, because his intel can be very valuable. Secretary Clay tells Greer to form a team to get Viktor. John wants to be in the team. Clay rejects at first, but seeing John's passion to do whatever needed for justice, agrees later, with a condition that after the mission, John will be sent to prison as a felon. In the next scene, Greer new team are preparing to board a passenger plane, and jump from it with a parachute. As they can leave no trace of USA behind the operation. In the plane, as the team was preparing to drop, a Russian jet tracks the plane, and warns to reroute and return the plane. Pilot of John's plane acts like he cannot hear the warning. So the jet shoots the plane's engine down, making the plane to crash in the sea. Everybody makes out alive, but all the gears are drowning with the plane. So John goes in alone underwater, and gets all the gears for the mission, risking his life underwater. Now, they move forward using the raft available in the plane. For emergency, the team reaches Murmansk, Russia, cuts a hole in the raft, and move forward in mission. Team reach the safe house. John believes that CIA closing the case before their plane getting shot down, even when their mission was a secret. And Ritter not getting in the plane with the team. Something is not right. And John wants to find out. The team was told about a location to get to, after the mission was over. So John with his team, goes to the place to find Ritter. Found Ritter, and force him to speak the truth, hitting him and in a gun's point. Ritter keeps yelling that he spoke the truth, and he wants Viktor Rykov too. And stop the possible future attacks. John lets him go for the moment, but still suspicious. Team with Ritter, head to location where Rykov is. They get to a building next to Rykov, and confirm seeing Rykov through the window. Later at night, the team approach the building to capture Rykov. John is leading, and tells to hold on, and goes in alone, closing the metal door, locking the team out. John carefully approaches the door. Viktor Rykov already knew that John and the team was coming. Viktor has planted a bomb on himself, holding the detonator, says. Viktor himself is in the CIA, and knew everything what's going on. The CIA planned it. They wanted an American soldier dead in Russian soil, so the war can begin, between Russia and America, and this was the main operation. The team gets in, but stays back, seeing Viktor wrapped up in bomb. John slowly walks back. Viktor clicks the detonator. John is alive, and the team too, for now. A sniper from another building shoots one team member in stomach. John with the help of mirror, tracks sniper location, and gives cover for others to leave. A second sniper shoots from another location. Two policemen approaches the location and gets shot down by those snipers, cause it will look like Americans did it. In John Kelly's house, they found dead Russians, and if they die there, they will find dead Americans in Russian soil, so everything from the beginning was a setup to start a war. John blasts a wall to move forward, without being seen by those sniper. The team cover fires. Greer gets to one sniper, but her gun jammed, so fights the sniper guy, and kills with a knife. The team gets to ground floor, away from sniper sight. A lot of policemen have surrounded the building. John has a plan, and tells that he will go to the roof, and distract police, by shooting through the roof, and the team can get out the building. Greer disagrees, but John says, he is a felon, he can be found dead there, because they will think John came for revenge, but anyone else found dead, will escalate the situation. Greer agrees. John heads to the roof, and starts shooting, and throwing grenade, destroying cop's car. Team gets out and leaves in a van. Bunch of police gets up to the roof. John kills few policemen, breaks the glass, and gets to the stairs, smokes the stairway, moving forward, killing everyone in the way. John is injured, carrying a bag full of explosions, drags one cop's dead body, blasts the explosion, wears the policeman uniform, disguised. A lot our Russian armed force are dead and a lot severely injured. John disguised, wears a gas mask, takes policeman van, and gets out alive. John reaches the safe house. Greer notices a van, and comes to see John alive. Takes John inside. Then, we see team leaving Russian ground in a ship. The guy who was shot by a sniper, is dead. John is sad, as he thought Rykov was the main culprit, for his wife's death, but turned out Rykov was just a pawn in a game. There is a huge conspiracy, and all he has got to do now, is go back to jail, as per the deal. Ritter tells that he will give John a bag of money, and John need to stay dead. Ritter will tell everyone that John never made out alive. And with John as a ghost, they might figure out as who is behind all this deed. John agrees, and realizes he was wrong about Ritter. Next, we see, Secretary Clay is in a restaurant, goes in the washroom, where John is waiting for Clay. John suspects Clay, so he knocks down Clay, and loads him in the car, ties Clay up, driving to Clay's house where Clay's family is. John threatens to kill Clay's family and make Clay watch his family being killed, after reaching the house, if John is not given the information. Clay is threatened and tells, wars are actually won by economists, more tanks, planes, ships, and all that spending lifted their nation from poverty and past. And upcoming war will make big business more money. And the fear of war will unify their people. And give them purpose. John is disgusted, and crashes the car out of the bridge, into the sea. Clay is tied, and struggling, but cannot get out. John watches Clay take his last breath, and dreams about a moment with his wife, missing her a lot. A diver approaches the car, provides John with oxygen. John has recorded the chat between him and Clay. So takes the recorder with him, gets out alive, and hands the recorder to Ritter. Movie ends with Karen Greer handing over John's new identity, and as per planned, John will be working from the dark, in future needed operations. Thanks for watching, and for more videos, please subscribe and push the like button, if you liked the video. See you in the next. Bye bye.